gotta be an idiot to bet on that parlay.
It's DTF or bust.
Put it on my mama's porch tomorrow.
Welcome back to the Hold My Bev podcast. I'm your host, Brandon Park. Here with me, as always, the one, the only Metro Boomin in St. Louis, DTF. Dylan, do you feel like Jason Tatum right now?
No, I don't actually, because I have aura.
Ooh.
That man does not have aura whatsoever.
Are you getting a
Uh,
tattoo of your All-Star MVP?
yeah,
You are?
yeah.
I
My
thought so.
Dylan's Big Ballers intramural basketball champs.
There we go.
I'm getting that on my getting down my arm sleeve tatted.
There we go. I like that. I
Yeah,
like that. Um, well, Dylan, we had a very eventful week 7,
we did.
to put it the least. Um, Yeah, we had Nick Chubb come back this week. A lot of other things happened this week. Some great games, some not so great games. So
I
let's go
will
ahead and go ahead.
I will say before we get started that a lot of people like the lad himself were saying to fade any bets this weekend because the casinos wanted to win. And I was glad I took the week off. But all I want to say is the bets I were going to make, they would have won. Because I was telling you guys that the Bills were going to slam the Titans. And Jason was saying, oh no, Tennessee's going to cover the fucking spread.
Well, second half was a completely different ball game. It,
It
it
was, but
was it was close that first half.
it was the same thing for the Steelers game. I mean, the first quarter, Russell Wilson was a whole different player than he was in the second half.
Yeah,
But no, I mean overall, shitty weekend for the Browns, but that's nothing out of the
nothing new.
ordinary. It was a bad weekend for Cleveland sports in general. Cleveland Guardians got knocked out in Game 5 of the ALCS to the New York Yankees. Who would have saw that coming? Um, yeah. So we got the Dodgers and the Yankees. Woohoo! The one seed versus one seed.
Yeah, isn't that always just so exciting?
Yeah. Baseball is more fun when there's an underdog. And that's why, other than being a Guardians fan, it would have just been cool to have Cleveland in the World Series again. I mean,
Well, just like last year, I think both the Diamondbacks and the Rangers were wild card teams.
yeah.
Yeah, like stuff like that, that's exciting. You watch them
Hmm.
from the start and, they're not just this big powerhouse. Granted, now we got two powerhouses going against each other, but
Yeah. I mean, and at this point, it's fuck the Yankees, and we're still going to root for Shohei. Like, Shohei, I think, is good for baseball.
yeah, I
So,
think so. I think Shohei's saving baseball, if anything, or one of the reasons baseball's being saved.
yeah.
Tatis is another one I think is up in that conversation too. But
I just don't like the way things were celebrated for the Yankees. It just felt very like given, not earned, reverse
yeah,
of earned, not given, because you know, somebody on Twitter was like, "Oh, the Juan Soto home run with the tune of Moneyball, like they did for the David Fry home run." And somebody was like, "Do you not understand what Moneyball is? Like, it's not spending more money to make the best team. It's playing small ball with what money you have and making it work." Like, the Yankees were expected to go to the World Series. The Dodgers were expected to go to the World Series. Nobody doubted you. And the fact that you thought for 1 second that you were going to lose to the Guardians is pathetic because you should have cakewalked us.
yeah,
And it wasn't a cakewalk by any means. I know we only won a single game, but it was a hard fought battle till the end, if you ask me. Every single game, we were in it till the end.
yeah. I really think the worst game the Guardians played was game 1. I think
Yeah,
other
by
than
far.
that, yeah, and really the only reason it was bad was errors made by us.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, really wasn't that bad. We
I
we were
thought the
we were
entire
a lot more competitive than I thought we were going to be in the series.
Yeah, and I truly think we were our own worst enemy in this series. I think we shot ourselves in the foot so many times the errors just kept adding up, and the bad pitching, the bad managing. I mean, it was just countless mistakes, but it wasn't like they really beat us. We beat ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. Funny enough, me and my cousin were having this same conversation yesterday over text. He's a big Yankees fan because he lives in the New York area. Um, but yeah, um, let's hope we get Juan Soto somehow.
Yeah, I don't know.
That ain't gonna happen.
I don't think so.
If it happens, I will record a video of me finishing an entire case of beer in
But
one sitting.
you have to give a rant too, like you did last week, which got a lot of views.
It did. It did good. It did good.
People like the the ranting.
They like the shorter videos. Well, yeah, it was it was a solid rant. I was also
Um,
tired as shit during that too.
yeah. I noticed you have something new in your head.
I do. I do. So not official hat yet, but we're working on trying to get some hats, whether we go with this. I know I want to try to get the logo put on a hat too, get some different hat options. So Dylan, when you get back from St. Louis, I'm gonna have one of these waiting for you.
Hell
Um,
yeah.
and then I want to work with you on trying to get some different whether it's shirts or hoodies,
Yeah,
crew necks, whatever made up. I think golf polos would be sick too,
be sick.
if we could figure that out. But yeah, let me know what you think of the hat. I'll have it posted probably tomorrow, and see if there would be anyone interested if we did bulk orders. I'd like to give out some hats. So
Oh yeah.
other than that, let's go ahead and get into the games from week 7. Currently, it's I think halftime's just finishing up for the Ravens and Buccaneers, and then we got the Chargers and Cardinals playing right now. But let's talk about Thursday Night Football, where I actually won pretty big on this one.
That's good.
Yeah, I thought the -3 spread was way too low. Granted, I didn't think the Broncos offense was going to look like an actual good offense. I
Hmm.
just thought the Broncos were going to win. But the Broncos beat the New Orleans Saints 33-10. Um, just telling everyone minus three on this. But the running game, we finally got a good Javonte Williams game. He had 88 yards and 2 touchdowns. Bo Nix didn't have to do the craziest game. I mean, he only threw for 164 yards. Um, but Spencer Rattler was struggling pretty bad this game compared
Yeah,
to his last game.
yeah. He looked like a rookie.
Yeah, definitely looked like a rookie. Lost 2 fumbles. He actually had more passing yards than Bo Nix, though.
Yeah, Bo Nix's passing game is strange to me. Like he has really good games, but it's like he's more all around than he is passing. Like he's a very good rusher. I mean, I
Yeah,
think he's leading the rushing in every game so far this year. Just about.
yeah, pretty much.
I mean, you love to see
Actually,
a
I want
good
to.
dual threat. It's good to have a good dual threat quarterback, being that he's so young. Well, I guess he's not that young, but
Yeah,
so young in
Javonte
this.
Williams. Yeah, Javonte Williams only has 50 yards on him rushing.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
Um, what I was gonna say was though, compared to the other rookie quarterbacks, he's playing a lot more solid, but his passing yards aren't consistently even over 200 at all, like each game.
yeah. I still think the Broncos are gonna. I mean, they've honestly been better than I thought they were gonna be. That defense is indeed legit. Um, But ultimately, this team's not going to be set to win for a couple more years now, I would say, especially with them still having to pay Russell Wilson as well.
Yeah,
Um, but I think they're going to be, at least watchable, more watchable than our team. But
yeah, they have more wins than us. So
yeah,
I also won some big money this game. I had one of my props of the week, which was a part of our our weekly bets with the lads. I had over 1.5 field goals made by Will Lutz.
Nice.
Just basically flipped money.
Yeah, so you essentially hit that by the second quarter.
Yeah.
Pretty much beginning of the second quarter, it looks like.
Or no, it was PATs made,
Oh, PATs?
which did not hit until the fourth quarter, I believe, because it was on the fumble recovery. They only had one. They only had one offensive touchdown the entire game.
Oh, you got it third quarter. I see it right
Third
here.
quarter.
Yep,
Yeah.
you got it on the third quarter. But all right, let's go ahead and move into our Sunday slate where we start off with the London Jaguars facing off against the New England Patriots, where the Jaguars, they were down by 10 at one point in this game and then start rolling and won 32 to 16. Probably Trevor Lawrence's best game of the year. Uh, Not really saying a ton, honestly, because I mean he still was under 200 yards passing, and it was the Patriots. But
Yeah.
Tank
And
Bigsby had an awesome game.
yeah, he's starting to really show out. I mean, uh, sidelining Etienne really helps him a lot. But I mean, he's going to be a good back in the future.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if at the end just gets traded at this point. I mean, he's definitely got to still have some value.
Sure.
And I mean, Bigsby, he's only year two. I mean,
Hmm.
why not get the fresh legs, especially when the guy's rolling?
Yeah, and they've got Ernest Johnson still, which he to me is still explosive. I mean, he's only probably what 3 or 4 year vet, if
Uh,
maybe a
Let me
5 year
look.
vet.
I I thought I would have said it right up here. 2019 was his first year.
So 5 year vet.
Yeah.
I mean, he's doing okay.
You know,
I
he's
think that
serviceable.
I think that the two of them would be fine if they traded Etienne.
Yeah.
It's
And
funny.
then oh, go ahead.
I could totally see, even though they have, um, well, maybe not because I was just gonna say I could see him going to the Panthers, but the Panthers are getting back their rookie running back,
Jonathan
Jonathan
Brooks.
Brooks. Yeah. Oh, we got a score from Dortch
Oh, for
touchdown.
Arizona?
Is that who number 4 is?
I believe so.
Yeah, Arizona 7-3.
Oh, nice. Uh, Speaking of the Patriots, though, Drake May did look pretty solid. I mean, he still looks like a rookie, but solid.
Yeah,
276 passing yards and two touchdowns, no interceptions.
I think he's going to show a lot of promise. I mean, these last 2 games, he's put out some pretty good numbers for a rookie. I mean, it's tough to jump into that game. I mean, he's got a terrible offensive line, doesn't have a lot of weapons, but he's trying to make something out of nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, you kind of feel for him, but hopefully that organization's going to do something to help them out. I'm not sure if Gerard Mayo's going to be the answer to either.
It's tough to tell. I mean, it's his first year,
Yeah. I mean, it's
and
also
he's
hard to just replace Belichick in general.
right. Yep. Yeah, I don't
Or
think between him and the Panthers coach Canales, I don't think either of them get fired after the first year.
no, I don't think the Panthers coach. If Canales gets fired after this year, I think they have a problem with
Hmm.
their owner and their GM being too gung ho and not letting anything, settle in.
Yeah.
Um, But let's go ahead and move into our first real game. It was a real game. We had the Buffalo Bills beating the Tennessee Titans at home 34 to 10. Of course, Amari Cooper gets his first touchdown, first game. Like we said on the pod, that was gonna happen.
On a play that he didn't know what route he was running,
Yeah, didn't even know what route he was running. He had to look over at Keon Coleman,
who
and he
also had a
pointed it
great
out.
game.
Yeah, he did. He showed out 4 receptions, 125 yards. Didn't get in the end zone, but I mean, hey, he's taking steps in the right direction.
Yeah.
Josh Allen also had a good game, 300 plus passing yards and two touchdowns, no picks.
Yeah,
Love to
he's a
see
dog.
that. I still think he
He
has not yet. Yeah, he has not thrown an interception
no
yet this year.
no interceptions, and he's still not considered the MVP favorite. It's still Patrick Mahomes somehow.
It's probably only because they're still undefeated. And after this week, which we'll get into that game, I don't think Patrick Mahomes should be the MVP.
No, Uh, he, he's playing so mediocre. I mean, this is like the most off year I've seen Mahomes play, and Josh Allen is playing like an alien.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, it was nice to see Cooper get active, four catches, 66 yards, and a touchdown. Um, Pretty much it looks like all the receivers got their fair share. They Most of the main ones got over 50 plus each.
Hmm.
So it's nice to see that sharing is caring. In this game, Mason Rudolph did make the start. They finally got over 200 passing yards at least with a touchdown and a pick. Um, but other than that, nothing crazy to see. Titans are going to continue to stink this year.
Oh yeah,
Until they get something figured out on that offense, they're going to continue to stink. Lots of fumbles
yeah.
in this game, too. Looks like Mason Rudolph. I didn't realize he fumbled three times.
Three.
Yeah, three times alone.
Jeez.
And then D-Hop fumbled too at one point, but seems like they recovered it. Um, but on to the next game. This game was honestly a really weird game. I know you had your eyes on this game, probably Dylan, quite a bit. We had the Green Bay Packers beating the Houston Texans 24 to 22. Um, I'm just gonna say congratulations if you had the under on CJ Stroud passing yards. Is you 100% hit?
That was the strangest game.
Yeah, I had to double
Oh,
look at the box score. I'm like, that's not
I
like 286, right? That's just 86.
I had no words for this game because first of all, I read that Stephon Diggs was ejected from the game, but then he wasn't because he was fighting.
Yeah, that made no sense at all.
Somebody on Twitter said that he was ejected from the game for fighting before the game, but then I saw him in the stat line on fantasy, and then Stroud had 86 passing yards. Mixon has two touchdowns and over 100 rushing yards and was balling out. It was just so weird.
Yeah, Texans got carried heavily by Joe Mixon. Uh, Green Bay, Jordan Love did not have that great of a game. He would either look like MVP or just like, what the hell are you doing? Like every other play. It was a really
Hmm.
weird game for him. Josh Jacobs, which I thought was very interesting, got his first ever receiving touchdown in the NFL.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for as long
I
as he's
thought
been
that
with the
was
Raiders,
strange.
I thought for sure at the Raiders he would have got one,
Yeah,
but he didn't.
exactly. Yeah, he also came in at 2019, which it feels like he's been around a lot longer,
Yeah,
um, but yeah, Romeo Dobbs was the wide receiver one in this game, 94 yards. Uh, Green Bay's defense just looks really good. And they finally have a kicker too. They won on a game-winning field goal with newly acquired vet Brandon McManus.
yes, the alleged was a assaulter. Or no, what did he do on the plane?
He played in Jacksonville and Denver.
No, I know, but on the plane from London was when he got in trouble. That's why he got released by the Jaguars.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I don't remember the whole story, but there was some kind of big scandal that he like beat someone.
Oh,
Which is
that's so
strange. You never
bad.
hear that about a kicker typically, but
No,
but this next game we had the Eagles beating the Giants and Saquon's homecoming to New York at MetLife, 28 to 3.
I
Jalen
really, I
Hurts
really
once again
thought,
did not have a good game. They just got carried by basically AJ Brown and Saquon.
Yeah, but Jalen Hurts still had two rushing touchdowns, which is bullshit because it should have gone to Saquon. He should have definitely got more than one touchdown in his homecoming after he got booed in the stadium.
Yeah. Which I think was bullshit that he got booed. I mean, especially after Hard Knocks, everyone should have been like,
Yeah.
okay, this is all in the GM.
Hmm.
I don't know. I personally didn't have any problem with the way he handled anything.
No.
But Drew Lock got some action in this game, actually.
Drew Lock.
Yeah, but other than that, these Giants did not do shit on offense.
No, I mean it was a shit kicking for the Eagles. Finally, they
Yeah,
looked
yeah,
like a
they
normal.
finally
They
got
looked like
their
a normal
confidence
team.
boost game.
Yeah.
Um, this next game, oh, this was the game that had me like on the edge of my seat. This was a game that I was banking on a lot. I put a little bit more money than I typically do on
Oh.
the Lions money line
Oh.
because they were the dogs, and I chose them as my underdog of the week. Saw we were winning, and then Minnesota gets a touchdown,
Hmm.
puts them up 29-28. And I see the Lions um only have like 50 seconds left. They march right down the field, and then I'm like, oh, don't be the old Lions. Be the new Lions, please, please. And then I forget his name. I know his last name's Bates. Is it Jesse Bates? No.
Jake Bates.
Jake Bates makes the
Yeah.
game-winning field goal to put the Lions up 31-29, and I was so happy.
Yeah. Both of those NFC North teams won by a game-winning field goal.
Yeah,
The
so
Packers.
yeah, that was awesome. Sucks for the Vikings because now they're not in first place and they're not defeat undefeated. But I mean, hey, top wild card seed. I mean, I they showed that they're going to be a very good team, and this was just an awesome game to watch if you got to watch it at all.
Yeah. We called it though. The Chiefs would be the last undefeated team.
We did.
Oh my
This
God.
what
Bateman
happened?
just got a wide open touchdown deep in the end zone. It was like a 50-yard bomb.
Oh, I don't like that.
49 yard reception, wide open and deep in the end zone.
What's the score now?
26-10.
Huh.
My poor Buccaneers.
I I was rooting for you tonight too.
Thanks.
But the if it keeps going this way, it looks like we're gonna be even again.
Yeah.
But speaking of that game, we had the Seattle Seahawks defeating the Atlanta Falcons 34-14. I can't really say I saw this one coming.
I didn't either.
I thought the Falcons had been on a roll lately, and I didn't see Seattle coming out just wanting to punch him in the mouth. We even got a JSN pass, 35-yard
Yeah.
pass.
Yeah, what a stat.
Yeah. He actually had, fun fact, he had more passing yards than receiving yards this game.
He drives me absolutely bonkers because every time I put him on the bench, I feel like I regret it. And then when I start him, he doesn't do shit. He is so hit or miss.
Yeah, he is very hit or miss.
But
Kenneth
I think it's
Walker.
only because of DK. If you put him on any other team and make him the one, like if you put him on the Chargers right now and you make him your wide receiver one, that man will have easily 100 yards every game.
Oh, I'd love to see JSN on the Chargers or some team where he can actually get some legit snaps. I
Like I could
mean,
even see him being the wide receiver one for even the like Packers. You throw him in an offense where he can thrive. I mean, I just think he's dying in Seattle, and he's only here for his second year. He was such a good wide receiver at Ohio State that he just deserves more than this.
yeah,
I'd love
exactly.
for him. I'd love for him to reunite with CJ and Houston, but
Yeah.
that'd be some trade.
Yeah, and
You'd have to
then
give up. You'd have to
Houston's
give,
overcrowded too right now.
but you'd have to give up Nico Collins and probably get rid of Stefan on his contract and keep like Tank Dell.
Shit, no, give him Tank Dell and some draft pick.
Mm,
Jason, I think they take that.
I'd like I'd like Nico and JSN, but I don't want. I don't really care for Stefan Diggs there. Like, I think it's just time he retires.
Yeah, I mean, he's fit
Or
in better
send,
than I thought he was going to be. He's at least a solid
yeah,
deep threat, but the thing is, they don't need a deep threat. They need someone that's going to be a little more physical.
yeah. I think he should just go to the Titans to die.
Yeah, it's coming. Um, but talking about the Falcons, Kirk did not have a great game. One touchdown, two interceptions. We did get a good game from Bijan though.
He
And
did
Kyle
play
Pitts
well.
and Drake London had decent games. Drake London on a roll with these touchdowns. I believe this is what, 3 games in a row with him having a touchdown, I want to
Yeah,
say. I'm looking at a game log. Yeah, 3 games in a row with a touchdown from Drake London. So he's trying to catch on a roll. Um, but yeah, overall, just not great game from the Falcons. But hey, there's always next week.
I think that Bijan's on a 2 game or 3 game touchdown streak as well.
Yeah. Um, and then let's get into our beloved rounds.
Boo.
Now, I want to spend a little bit time on this. Nothing really that interesting happened this game other than Nick Chubb getting his first touchdown, which was awesome to see.
I
James
I
Winston got a
very
passing
much
touchdown.
I very much called this. I can't remember if I said it on the podcast, but when people asked me what I thought about Nick Chubb playing this weekend, I said, guarantee you it'll be 25 yards and a touchdown. That's all he's going to get. And I think he finished with like 23 and a touchdown.
Yep, 22 and a touchdown.
I wish I would have bet it because I would have done the under and a touchdown. It's just, I didn't expect him to do much. I thought they were just going to bring him in to get him back into the game. And, I figure if there's a goal line situation, he's going to get that touchdown to get the fans excited. But, you know, all of this was overshadowed by Deshaun's injury, of course.
Yeah, so Deshaun Watson did tear his Achilles in this game. Um, the fans were cheering for it, which I mean, I don't know. I think that's kind of fucked up. It's pretty fucked up. Like I
Yeah.
know we've been talking hella shit on him, but I don't know. I don't know if I could possibly, in good conscience, root for someone that just suffered like a big injury like that.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it 2 ways. Karma's a bitch, and if he did what he did, he was bound to go down at some point. But then at the same time, he's still getting guaranteed money from us next year and this year. So it's like, did he really did he really lose because now he gets to make free money despite being injured?
Yeah, which I
I'm
mean, it's whatever, but at least we don't have to watch him on our TVs.
Yeah. So then that's where I was getting to. So on the flip
Yeah.
side of it all, I would never root for somebody to be injured, but I am so glad the saga is what I would say over. I think it's
Yeah.
done.
Yeah. I don't see Deshaun ever playing another down of football ever again, probably.
No, no,
But who
nope.
knows? There's probably some team that would pick him up. But I don't know. He has a bad enough rep. I don't think so. And he played so bad too. I don't even know if it's
Oh
worth
yeah,
giving him a shot.
no. He has looked absolutely awful this year.
Yeah. Um, but it's cool seeing Nick Chubb back in. Uh, I hope that, he can start getting the wheels going and, at least be fun to watch. That's all I can ask for at this point. Just be fun to watch.
Yeah.
I
What
don't
did
care
you
if we
think of?
tank, but
What did you think of Jameis being named QB3 before the game? and then he ended up having to come in.
Yeah, uh, I don't know. DTR threw two picks. I I love
Do you
DTR to an
do you
extent,
think
but
he
I
was
don't.
actually injured?
Who, Jameis?
No, DTR. Do you think he was actually injured? Because I don't think Jameis can play unless the second string goes down, right? As the emergency quarterback.
Yeah, so basically, I have a theory that, and I think it's pretty well known that the whole Browns organization absolutely loves DTR for whatever reason.
Yeah,
And don't get me wrong, I don't dislike him. I think he can be okay, but I mean, if you're counting on him to take you to the playoffs, it ain't happening. He's not your long-term
right.
solution. He's serviceable for a little about amount of time, but oh, no matter what, we need to be starting Jameis this week.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Let's just have fun and
Yeah,
let's
have
let's
fun.
just go eat a W.
Yeah, who do we play this week? The Chargers?
By God, I hope it's a
Ravens.
fucking.
Ravens.
Oh yeah, that's right. Fuck.
Yeah, let's please not throw DTR out there. Either that or I'm already getting ready to turn off my TV. Oh, I just about turned off the TV very first opening play of this game, actually.
Yeah, that was rough. Which
Yeah,
is funny because I picked up the Bengals special team defense for fantasy this week just because I knew that playing the Browns you're about to get some points.
yeah, and I will say the Browns defense did only technically allow 14 points.
Yes.
So I don't know. It's kind of bad on the Bengals that I mean they only beat us by a touchdown in this game.
Well, I mean, it really wasn't that great of a game by the Bengals. I mean, yeah, you had some flashy plays by Jamar and Chase Brown, but Burrow just doesn't impress me like he used to.
Yeah, I think he's having a real hard time. I think his hand and wrist is still messed up. And you can
Yeah,
see, I mean, after every play or even before games, he's constantly doing this.
I just hope that he like comes back okay.
Yeah, because I do like watching Joe Burrow play.
Yeah,
I'm just praying that he's not doing like permanent damage by, still playing this season.
right, right.
But next, we'll go ahead and get into this next stinker of a game. We had the Indianapolis Colts beating the Miami Dolphins 16 to
Dude,
10. Anthony
the
Richardson, I'm completely out on him.
the Dolphins also like I just don't understand how they can't figure it out. I know Tua's back and he's able to practice starting Wednesday, but how is it that they're so bad? Oh, Derrick Henry, you bad man. Oh my God.
He just rip it upfield.
Uh, he didn't get the touchdown. He got down at the 10-yard line, but he ran it like 90 yards.
Oh, geez.
It was on the opposing 7-yard line, and he went all the way down to the other 10.
Jeez.
He's so fucking good. Anyways,
Yeah. Um, yeah, Tyreek Hill only one reception for 8 yards.
yeah,
I
what is with that? I
I
don't
don't
get
know,
it.
man. I
Like,
don't know.
why can they not put a quarterback in there that can't just do the things Tua did? Like, why can't they just play the same plays? Why can't Achane run the ball like he was running last year? Like, what's changed? Why is it all Tua? Why can't what's going on with Achane and Mostert and Jeff Wilson and uh, you have Tyreek Hill.
Is Tua playing this week?
I don't know if he's playing, but he's practicing at least. So there's a chance he plays Sunday.
I'd say there's a good chance he plays.
Yeah,
But yeah, I don't
they're
understand what's going on there. Mike
they are.
McDaniel's kind of a fraud.
I think they are currently favored to win this weekend. So
I forget who they play, the Panthers?
it might be. Yeah, I think it is. But then that's scary too. If Tua doesn't play, I don't know if they're gonna win. I think it's maybe the Panthers.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But speaking of the Panthers, they lost to the Commanders in an absolute blowout, 40-7, where Bryce Young
Yeah,
got some more action, but somehow managed to throw for -4 yards.
yeah.
Yeah, he's done. He's done.
He just doesn't make the case for himself.
Jay, honestly, at this point, like, let's give the Panthers a sixth round pick. Let him try some new scenery at this point.
How about bring him to the Browns?
Yeah. I'm not the biggest Bryce Young fan. I've never have been, but I mean, shit, doesn't hurt.
I mean, I wouldn't take. I mean, I wouldn't not take it. I mean, maybe something different.
Yeah.
Oh, Mark Andrews, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's disgusting. But yeah, this game wasn't all crazy. Jane Daniels got hurt pretty early in the game, and this was mainly all Marcus Mariota.
Yeah, I mean, system quarterback. Throw him in there.
Yeah, Dan Quinn's showing that he's turning this Commanders team around. They're 5-2 now.
Yeah, they're legit. I think them and the Bears have surprised me most this season. Obviously, the Vikings too, because they weren't supposed to be this good. But truthfully, the Commanders have been one of the most fun teams to watch this season.
Yeah, Commanders have been awesome this year. Commanders, Vikings, and like you said, the Bears. I mean, the Bears kind of started off rough, but they're starting to get in their rhythm now.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to be pissed if Jaden Daniels is going to miss this next week's game
Because they're playing the
against,
Bears.
yeah, when they play the Bears. I think that would just rob us out of that great matchup.
I think
Um,
he'll play.
yeah, I think so too. It didn't sound like it was too crazy of an injury.
No.
Um, but yeah, not much else to talk about in that game. This next game, I thought it was a little too close than it should have been. Um, we had the Rams beating the Raiders 20-15. Gardner
Yeah.
Minshew threw 3 picks. Aiden
Yeah.
O'Connell didn't do anything. This
They
is a
they signed
print.
Spencer Rattler today on the practice squad.
Who?
Not Spencer Rattler. Um, Riddler. What's his name?
Oh,
Desmond
Desmond
Riddler.
Riddler.
Riddler. Yeah.
Ritter.
Desmond
Yeah,
Riddler. Yeah. They signed
we've been
him.
watching too much Penguin lately.
Yeah.
I'm getting caught up on that finally, actually,
It.
by the way.
Oh, it's so good.
I thought you said it was slow.
The first episode was.
Yeah, first episode was, but I mean, you kind of expect that with those kind of shows now. At least I do.
Ep- Episode 4 was amazing.
Yeah.
When
Um,
did you watch that? Where
yeah, I
she's
watched
in
episode
the
four. I haven't made it all the way through five yet. I'm like halfway through episode five.
okay. Okay.
Um, which I think that's the latest. I think that one came out Sunday, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't watched that one yet because I was really tired and um I watched the Jets game.
I was surprised you didn't watch it on the plane.
I was going to, but I had a middle seat and I don't like watching things in the middle. I
Really?
just I just feel like people like look over my shoulder. I like I listen to Pardon My Take. If I'm gonna watch something, I gotta be a window seat, if I'm being honest. I'm just weird about
Really?
that.
Oh, see, that doesn't that whenever I'm watching something on a plane, like I pretty much have to watch something on a plane now because otherwise I just feel awkward because that at least I can just, stay zoned in on whatever I'm
Well,
watching and not care about what's going on around me.
I'm traumatized because I made the mistake of watching Borat for the first time on a plane in the middle seat, and there's a scene where he wrestles his buddy around naked on the bed, and there's just two dudes wrestling naked, and I was watching it, and that came up on the screen, and I'm like, oh my gosh, somebody looks over my shoulder right now, they're gonna think I'm watching gay porn. So naturally, I just don't like when I'm on a plane. If I'm watching something, it's got to be in the window seat.
That makes sense. That's fair. Understandable
But
on why you would be cursed on that.
yep,
Um, well, yeah, other than that, Kyron Williams got two touchdowns in this game. Not a whole else lot to talk about. Brock Bowers, yet again, showing another performance that was great. 93 yards. Just can't have a quarterback that throws him the ball. Or gets him touchdowns, I should say. This Chiefs 49ers game was the score doesn't do it justice in this. This was an absolute shit show, honestly, by both teams.
yeah, we lost Brandon Ayuk, and then up to this moment right now, Debo is day to day with an illness, pneumonia, I believe, and
Yeah,
Greg
and I believe
Kittle
Kittle got
or
hurt
George,
too.
yeah, George Kittle. I always say Greg. George Kittle's going through something right now too.
Yeah, Brock Purdy had a stinker, three interceptions, no touchdowns, but Patrick Mahomes not too much better, no touchdowns and two interceptions. However, he did get a rushing touchdown, and I think Purdy got two rushing touchdowns. So just absolutely no pass game by either of these teams. I know Kittle got 92 yards, but he pretty much had all their yardage in general.
Yeah,
Kareem Hunt got two touchdowns in this too.
and I sat him on the bench. I played him last week, and he did awesome, or 2 weeks ago, and then they had a bye week, and I sat him for JSN. Big mistake.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was pretty disappointing. I know that was one of the games that we were anticipating on the week 7 preview, but
Just
yeah,
crazy that the Chiefs were the underdogs. I still don't get how they're the underdogs.
I promise you it was only because they were on the road.
Yeah.
And then Sunday Night Football, this one, I'm not gonna lie, I woke up because I fell asleep during this game because it was kind of a snooze fest for a while.
First half sucked.
Yeah, I fell asleep like at halftime, and I woke up to Pittsburgh winning 37-15. So that's pretty disappointing to see the Jets not really do anything in the second half. Devontae Adams only held the three catches and 30 yards. Uh, Breece Hall getting 103 yards, which I know he had a 57-yard reception in the first half.
Yeah.
Um, but then Russell Wilson did not necessarily expect him to have such a great game, and then Najee Harris having a great game too. Um,
I was
yeah,
laughing because
maybe.
the next morning it was like a recap of Devontae Adams' historic start with the Jets, and it was just one video of him tackling a
Yeah,
Steeler defender after an interception
yeah.
or
Jets
fumble
fans
or
can't
whatever
catch
it
a
was.
break. Jets fans
No,
can't catch a break at all. George
they're
Pickens
living.
actually finally showed up.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, five catches, 111 yards, and one touchdown. So that was solid, even though he was targeted nine times. Um,
Oh, you know who his favorite quarterback is?
yeah, yeah, that's made well aware. Um, but yeah, I mean, Russell Wilson looked like he played pretty good. I don't know how much better he really is than Justin Fields because I still think Fields is better,
I agree.
but who knows? Maybe he's not. Maybe this is how they get points. I mean, this has to be the most points they've scored all season.
Uh this
Yeah,
or the
it
Raiders
is.
game. The Raiders game second.
Yeah, Raiders game is second. They got 32 in the Raiders game
Yeah.
compared to the 37. But other than that, that is gonna do it for our week 7 recap. Currently the Ravens are getting destroyed. Or no, the Ravens are destroying the Buccaneers 34-10, and then the Cardinals are up 7-6 on the Chargers. But other than that, Dylan, is there anything you wanted to say before we close out?
Yeah, this was one of those weeks where I was glad they had two Monday night games because the Cardinals and Chargers games was snooze fest. Um, but on the other flip side of the coin, the other game's a blowout. Similar to what we had a couple weeks ago with the Bills game when they blew out um what they blew out on Monday night.
Who was it that they played? Oh, Miami.
Yeah. But little housekeeping with the fact that I'm out of town. I'm getting home super, super late Wednesday night. So you, Corgi, and the lad, or you and Corgi will be running the show Wednesday for Thursday's picks. I sent you a text of the updated standings so you guys can run through that. And pretty pretty sure that's it.
Yeah,
Just keep on gambling responsibly. I'm on a 3 week hot streak of just doing one bet a week now. Just playing it smart because I'm
smart.
gambling responsible, not like the lad. Not betting the crew money line right now. Um, yeah. So call 1-800-GAMBLER, and we'll catch up with you guys in a couple days. I'll see you guys all next week.
Sounds good. Peace.